There's an incredible passion behind this project, which I don't think I've ever witnessed to this extent.
3 movies at one time. I'm so blessed and lucky to be a part of this project.
Everyone that was a part of this gave up 2 years of their life, and I think that really comes across in the film.
Det er sjældent, at en film får så meget opmærksomhed, inden den overhovedet er færdig, som filmatiseringen af Tolkiens verdensberømte eventyr om Ringenes Herre. Efter 2 års optagelser på New Zealand er den nu endelig klar til premiere. I dag følger vi optagelserne og møder en del af skuespillerne.
Here I'm going now!
Og folkene bag. Vi løfter sløret og ser en stribe af de første klip om Frodo og hans følgesvendes farefulde rejse. Velkommen til Troldspejlets ekstra udgave om Ringenes Herre. Da Tolkien i 1944 tvang sig selv til at skrive den del af Ringenes Herre, hvor Frodo tager til Mordor, sendte han den i første omgang som fortsat historie til sin søn, der var udstationeret ved flyvevåbnet i Sydafrika. Han ventede faktisk en del år med at udgive den, dels fordi han skrev den om mange gange, dels fordi han skrev den i en lidt underlig rækkefølge, men først og fremmest fordi han var en meget omhyggelig mand, der ville være sikker på, at historien fungerede i alle detaljer.
Is it secret? Is it safe?
What are you doing?
Hold out your hand, Frodo. It's quite cool. What can you see? Can you see anything?
Nothing. There's nothing. Wait. There are markings. It's some form of Elvish. I can't read it.
There are few who can. The language is that of Mordor, which I will not utter here.
Mordor?
In the common tongue, it says, 1 ring to rule them all. 1 ring to fight them. 1 ring to bring them all. And in the darkness, fight.
Eventyret om ringen blev mere end en succes. Det blev en verdenskendt historie, for nogle mennesker ligefrem en hel livsstil, og i hvert fald et bevis på, at det klassiske eventyr lever i bedste velgående. Og det er nok også grunden til, at premieren som film har været ventet med så stor spænding. Og nu er den her så, første del i hvert fald, filmen om Ringenes Herre.
I'm sure the audience watching will be full of fear and anticipation. It's the ultimate adventure story.
Ringenes Herre foregår i det sagnomspundne Midgård, en fantasiverden, der ligner vores egen, bare længe før vores tidsregning. Vi er i en tid, hvor fred og frihed er under angreb fra mørkets destruktive kræfter. Uvidende om den truende fare lever hobbitterne, et fredeligt folkefærd, der bortset fra størrelsen minder en del om mennesker. En af hobbitterne, Frodo Sækker, har levet enkelt og godt, indtil den dag, hvor han arver en ring. Troldmanden Gandalf fortæller ham, at det ikke bare er en ring, men ringen over dem alle, et redskab for det onde selv, smedet af mørkets fyrste Sauron.
This simple band of gold, which contains in its very essence the blood of evil, ultimate evil, that ring will corrupt whoever has it in its possession. And Gandalf isn't sure that he, even a superhuman immortal as he is, he's not sure that he can resist the force of the ring, but he has faith that a hobbit can. Very touching.
What must I do? Frodo has an amazing amount of trust in Gandalf, and anything that Gandalf would ask Frodo to do, Frodo would know that it would be for the best.
Sammen med sine venner Sam, Merry og Pippin drager Frodo ud på en færd for at ødelægge ringen. Men det kan kun ske, hvis man kaster den i dybet af ildbjerget, i hjertet af den onde fyrstes rige. Historien om denne fabelagtige færd blev skabt af J.R.R. Tolkien, professor i sprog og mytologi ved Universitetet i Oxford. Det tog ham 14 år at skrive de 3 tykke bind, som over 100 millioner mennesker over hele verden har læst. I 50 år efter dens udgivelse mente de fleste, at Ringenes Herres utrolige omfang gjorde det umuligt at lave en spillefilm over den. Men så tog instruktøren Peter Jackson udfordringen op og gjorde filmudgaven af Tolkiens værk til sin egen heltefærd.
It's taken 50 years for The Lord of the Rings to be adapted into a live-action movie. And I think there's 2 key reasons for that. The first one is that New Line Cinema supported the idea of not just making 1 film, but 3 films. You don't attempt to adapt the most beloved book of all time in a way that you have to cut half of the good stuff out.
You're too far away. Just ease your horse back in as the scene progresses, you know, just keep it alive.
The other key reason that Lord of the Rings can be made today is because of the advances in technology that really have only come about in the last 7 or 8 years. We are now able to really just push through that the barrier of what is possible to show.
Peter Jackson mente, at hvis man skulle yde Tolkiens bøger retfærdighed, måtte man gå ind til opgaven på en helt ny måde. Han besluttede at optage alle 3 film på én gang, uden pause, over en periode på 2 år.
Lord of the Rings is a production that for the first time in the history of cinema has tackled making 3 films at once. And the complications of doing that are exponential from making 1 film or even making 2 films at the same time.
I den forberedende fase samarbejdede Peter Jackson med Richard Taylor, der leder værkstedet Weta.
Richard has, with enormous dedication and enthusiasm, taken on one of the most difficult jobs of creating every single piece of armor, every single weapon, building all the miniatures, and the various creatures that are appearing in the films have always originated from his workshop.
The first thing that I realized I had to do was hire experts in the fields of armor and weapons manufacture. So we employed a very skilled swordsmith, Peter Lyons, who has hand-ground all of the life steel, spring steel blades as they were done hundreds of years ago.
For skuespillerne, som for eksempel Viggo Mortensen, der spiller krigeren Aragorn, betød de 48.000 virkelighedstro løsdele af Midgårds eventyrverden kom til at virke meget realistisk.
A lot of times you see a movie that the extras or the people in the background, their weapons or their uniforms or their clothing, they're just good enough to get by. But in this, every single thing has been done exquisitely.
It sounds ridiculous, but one of the major reasons I wanted to play Galadriel was for the ears, because I've always wanted to have pointy ears. Of course I wanted to work with Peter, and of course I love the books, but I was interested in being part of something which had that fantastical element.
Optagelserne foregik over hele New Zealand, ofte på meget ufremkommelige steder, som holdet og skuespillerne kun kunne komme frem til med helikopter.
New Zealand is ideally suited to bringing Lord of the Rings to the screen because Tolkien wrote the book as a mythic prehistory. It was supposed to take place in a Europe that existed in a dark age that we've long since forgotten.
Middle Earth is a real place, and it's New Zealand.
Ligesom i bogen begynder filmen i hobbitternes by Hobbitrup, en landsby midt i hobbitternes idylliske land, Herredet.
Hobbiton was a very important location for us to find. We explored the country north, south, east and west and found this little pocket of land. We then had to put 20 or 30 hobbit holes into the sides of the hills. And I said that, look, one of the things that's essential with Hobbiton is that this place has to look like hobbits have lived here for hundreds of years. And so we actually started to plant vegetables in the gardens of Hobbiton about a year before our filming.
Peter Jackson ville være sikker på, at publikum lærte hobbitterne at kende som de flinke og godhjertede småfolk, de er.
hobbits are a pastoral, sort of an agrarian species, a settled community.
They love life. They love to eat. I mean, their whole day can be based around their meals.
Some of my favourite days filming certainly have been in hobbiting. It's just hobbits in their element, having fun.
What's he sticking in the ground? Where's in the ground? Outside! That's a good idea!
And that was great to see, because from then on in the movie, there's so much toil and danger.
Da de sætter ud på deres færd, kan hobbiterne ikke forestille sig den grusomhed, de skal møde. Og da det begynder at gå op for dem, er det alt for sent at vende om. Tolkien er blevet analyseret og fortolket ned til mindste detalje, men selvom han altid svarede høfligt på alt, hvad hans fans kunne finde på at spørge om, så skrev han også i forordet til Ringenes Herre, at han først og fremmest havde skrevet bogen for at prøve at skrive en rigtig lang historie, der kunne fange læserne ved både at være rørende, morsom og spændende på samme tid. Og heldigvis har instruktøren Peter Jackson valgt at forsøge det samme.
Here! Mr. Frodo's not going anywhere without me.
Den første film hedder, ligesom første bind af bogen, Eventyret om ringen.
You shall be the fellowship of the ring.
Troldmanden Gandalf, elveren Legolas, dværgen Gimli, hobbitterne Frodo, Merry, Pippin og Sam, og menneskene Boromir og Aragorn har hver deres opfattelse af ringen og dens kraft.
He's a man and he's coming with a very clear opinion about what he wants and how he thinks a ring could assist him and bring his homeland back to what it was before, because at the moment it's in ruins, it's sort of devastation, it's been attacked from all fronts, and he sees the ring as a solution to that.
Med Aragorn havde Viggo Mortensen fået filmens mest fysisk krævende rolle, og alligevel var han opsat på at gennemføre alle strabadserne uden stand-in.
Viggo's a kind of an actor that one day got his tooth split, knocked off by a sword, and asked if they could glue it back on with super glue so he could finish the scene.
They'd have to drag me screaming and kicking away from doing any of it, really.
Dværgenes slægt repræsenteres i historien af Gimli.
Gimli the dwarf, that exciting, vivacious, dynamic character. He's a ferocious warrior.
Lige så kampklar er elveren Legolas.
An elf is always alert and poised, ready for action. He's an assassin.
Hvor heltes kampgejst og mod er imponerende, men ikke frygtindgydende nok til at afskrække mængder af onde skabninger. Mest uhyggelige er de sorte ryttere, der tjener den mørke fyrste selv.
They have very poor eyesight, but they have this incredible sense of smell. So they're like hounds, bloodhounds, sniffing the ring. They're scary. They're the sort of things of which nightmares are made from.
Gandalf har længe vidst, at noget var i gære, men han har regnet med, at han kunne stole på den øverste af alle troldmænd, den mægtige Saruman.
Saruman is number one. Saruman is very definitely the most brilliant, the most powerful, with the greatest intellect and the greatest knowledge. Gandalf, well, he's number two. His whole character becomes perverted and distorted, and he lusts for power. And gradually, as it very often does, the old but famous quote, power corrupts, absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Heltene i Ringenes Herre kan ikke regne med at besejre de onde med almindelige våben alene. De får også brug for mere uhåndgribelige kræfter som mod, venskab og hengivenhed. I en af de store kærlighedsscener ved elverprinsessen Arwen, at hun må opgive sin udødelighed, hvis hun skal ægte manden, hun elsker.
The idea really that I give up my immortality for him is so strong, you know, that I give up the life that I have and everything that's comfortable to me and my family and my people and everything. It's this exceptional love story.
I choose a mortal life.
Ringenes Herre er i høj grad en historie om de bånd, der kan bindes med loyalitet og venskab.
The friendship between Frodo and Sam is a very, very powerful friendship. I see it really as being an example of pure friendship without strings attached. That I am here for you, I am here to help you, and I don't expect anything in return.
Sam loves Frodo and wants to protect Frodo, and Frodo is extremely protective of Sam. And so what you have are these two people locked in this journey together, even if it means right into Mordor and into death.
Ligesom Frodo og Sam oplever hele eventyret sammen, begyndte skuespillerne Elijah Wood og Sean Astin også hver optagedag sammen.
Every day we come into work at the same time, get up at 5 in the morning, put our feet on. We're all, we're there every step of the way.
This is how we discover our day. We come in, it's dark, we don't, the world is not awake yet. We get our feet on, and you look outside.
That's half of why this movie is so amazing. This kind of stuff, every day. Our journey through making this film kind of mirrors the journey of Frodo and Sam. It's definitely one of the closest relationships I've had. I mean, I feel like I've gained a brother in Sean.
Som alle klassiske mytologier er Ringenes Herre først og fremmest en rejse. Men hobbiterne og deres følgesvende var ikke de eneste rejsende. Skuespillerne og filmholdet kom ud på deres egen færd. De første skuespillere Peter Jackson fandt var de 4 hobbitter. Deres indbyrdes forhold var efter hans mening kernen i historien.
We had 6 weeks of preparation together, and through that 6 weeks, we really bonded. We trained, we did sword training together, we did dialect coaching together, we did script meetings together.
We had like 6 weeks of training, kind of sword fencing and canoeing and going to the gym, getting that hobbit physique.
De fleste af de mange involverede nåede i løbet af optagelserne at fejre 2 fødselsdage, og filmen blev på alle måder en del af deres liv og mere krævende end noget andet, de havde gennemlevet.
You sometimes had to climb up mountains again and again and again, and tramp through the countryside in inclement weather, and get up very early in the morning. And if you're 61, you begin to say to yourself, is this really how I want to spend my time? The answer is yes, because the project's worth doing.
Når de endelig havde fri og ikke skulle behandle skaderne, oplevede filmfolkene New Zealand på hver deres måde.
When I'm not working, I do like to spend a certain amount of time by myself. I mean, nobody gets much time on this movie to themselves.
What do I do on my days off? Well, most recently, I've been throwing myself out of aeroplanes. Been sliding down snow on a board. I've been throwing myself out of cable cars.
Here I'm going now.
And it's amazing.
You draw far too much attention to yourself, Mr. Underhill.
What do you want?
A little more caution from you. That is no trinket you carry.
I carry nothing.
Indeed. I can avoid being seen if I wish, but to disappear entirely, that is a rare gift.
Who are you?
Are you frightened?
Yes.
Not nearly frightened enough. I know what haunts you.
Instruktøren Peter Jackson er kendt for at lave ret mærkelige film. Fra Bad Taste, der handler om rumvæsener, som angriber en lille fiskerby, til gyserne Heavenly Creatures, om 2 piger, der lever i en fantasiverden, og The Frighteners, der handler om spøgelser. Han er født i New Zealand, men hans film er blevet berømte i det meste af verden, og det håber han selvfølgelig også sker for denne hans hidtil største satsning. Han var manden, der var i arbejde hele tiden.
Mental tiredness, mental fatigue is, I guess, the biggest problem on a film like this. And the way that I combat that I just say to myself, is there anything I would rather be doing? Would I rather be anywhere else other than making this film? And obviously the answer is no. This is exactly what I'm doing, what I would love to do.
Yeah, good. That was very good. I tell you what, Chris, there was just one note that I have.
Pete's passion and vision for this movie, his knowledge of the books, his devotion to recreating Tolkien's vision, all of those things are just amazing. And I have the utmost respect for him.
He's incredibly exacting and a perfectionist, which I admire and warm to. But he's very good-humoured, and I think that is absolutely vital in a director who is tackling these stories.
He is the Lord of the Rings.
Aggressive, but you're also in an attacking stance.
Det virker rimeligt, at Ringenes Herre, der var Tolkiens livsværk, også blev et livsværk for folkene bag filmudgaven.
Doing 3 movies with all the complexity and detail that these films have, all crunched together at the same time, is something I probably will never want to do again in my life. This is the first and only time.
Cut. Good. Okay, we'll just do one more.
If we make a film that has the heart and the spirit of the books, that the characters come alive and feel real in a way that they do when you read the books, then all of that will be totally accessible to an audience that have not read the books. They'll simply just be thrust into the middle of a great story, which ultimately Lord of the Rings is.
Ringenes Herre er et meget farligt projekt at gå i lag med. Millioner af læsere verden over har deres helt eget billede af, hvordan personerne ser ud, så der skal nok være nogen, der ikke synes, at Elijah Wood ligner Frodo, eller måske at han er lidt for nuttet, eller at Ian McKellen ikke er den rigtige Gandalf. Men de går så meget op i rollerne og spiller med så meget energi, at man ikke kan sige andet end, at de gør det godt. Og så har Peter Jackson valgt at satse lige så hårdt på at gøre omgivelserne rigtige, lige fra Hobbiternes by til Mordor. Han har skabt billeder, man har svært ved at glemme, og visioner, der ligger meget tæt på Tolkiens.
Boromir.
It is a strange fate that we should suffer so much fear and doubt over so small a thing. Such a little thing.
Boromir! Give the ring to Frodo.
As you wish. I care not.
Her er vi nu i en af filmens mest dystre scener, hvor helte er nået til dværgenes rige, men alt er ikke, som det skal være, og rejsen gennem bjerget bliver næppe uden forhindringer. Ringenes Herres første del er en film, man skal se. Den kunne være blevet en frygtelig fejltagelse, for selvom den er lang, har instruktøren måttet stramme op og fjerne mange detaljer. Men det har han gjort med mesterlig hånd, og med en kombination af fabelagtige billeder, vidunderlige special effects og mesterlig musik, har han skabt et eventyr uden lige, der fortjener al foromtalen og indfrier alle forventningerne.
To leave the Shire. Sam and I must get debris.
Right. Buckleberry Ferry. Follow me.
Første del af Ringenes Herre er udsendt i mere end 10.000 biografer verden over på samme tid, og det er i sig selv lidt af en bedrift. Troldspejlet er slut for i dag, men der er mere om Tolkien og Ringenes Herre på vores hjemmeside. Og på DR's kulturportal er der lige nu en række helt særlige Tolkien-sider. Tak for i dag, og god fornøjelse med Frodo og hans tapre følgesvende.